Welcome to TopGear South Africa, star in a reasonably priced car. I'm Jason Goliath, your host. And if you're wondering why I'm so excited, because this is officially episode 1. Welcome to our brand new studio. Welcome to our brand new chairs. And most importantly, welcome to our brand new lap board. Does it look familiar? Say it with me. That's the way. I like it. So, with bated breath, we asked you to comment down below who your favorite South African celebrity was. Who would you like to see racing around the Formula K circuit in Benoni in our beautiful Suzuki Swift that has been stripped out to the max? We put a roll cage in it and you responded with your comments. So, by popular demand, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome, and I'm going to do it properly, and still UFC middleweight champion of the world, please welcome Dricus Du Plessis. The chair is here. I'm very seldom at a loss for words. Every single time I'm in your presence, I'm at a loss for words, and I never know if it's because my medical aid card is vibrating because my body knows it's in danger. I never know if it's the fact that you, my friend, are exactly, I feel like, what South Africans are made of. It's in your ears, it's in your spirit. So before we even begin, on behalf of TopGear South Africa, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's an absolute pleasure. Something I loved. It was as soon as I heard we had the opportunity, I was so down for it. Couldn't wait to be a part of this. It's great. Thanks for having me. What an agent. What an agent.
I mean, listen, I hope I did it justice. I know there's not enough perspiration and there's not enough seats in the room and we don't have an actual ring, but I hope it made you feel like that. How much
took off my shirt and started boxing.
I'm glad you did that, because then I would have been forced to take off my shirt, and it changes the whole PG ranking of the show, because I'm moving with a big cup here, my friend. It is not for everybody. So thank you for keeping your clothing on. But on behalf of everybody at TopGear South Africa magazine, thank you not only for coming through, but for taking part today. I do want to say that in the comments they say that you're a car person, and then when I saw you pulling in your G63, I've never even seen one like that on the road. You came in a G63 that, I don't know, is that thing even available for sale? Are you an AMG boy? What's going on there?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a big Mercedes fan. Yeah, I have the G63 branded machine. Only 25 of them available in the country. And
only 25. Must be very nice.
So, well, and it is the best car I've ever driven. It's absolutely incredible. Now, every single part of whether it's on road, off road, everybody, when you drive, everybody looks to do it.
Because that's a good statement. One of the best cars you've ever drove by far. What makes the G so special for you?
Well, I mean, when it comes to speed, it feels like you're driving a supercar.
It does.
It does.
It's 70 to 100. It does the squat.
Yeah.
So supercars, it does the squat, which reminds me of my body. Because when I speed, I also have to.
You have a prop that can run the 100 meter in a sub-11. That's what you have.
I like that. So
so basically you can go over things and it can go.
It's like Austin chair and chairs that the child have
fusion and you get.
They can do the 100 meters and run only.
It's just the most comfortable car ever. It's amazing. It's an incredible car.
It also is a car of champions, and it's true to that black and gold finish. I liked it for you. I liked it for you because I think it's hard as a South African to imagine that you're not just a great fighter. You are, at the moment, the greatest middleweight UFC champion ever. You've taken out people who were heralded as the best. Strickland was heralded as the greatest. Adesanya was hailed globally as one of the best. Unfightable. We watch you fight them, and it was funny for me. Because when I watch you fight, I think it was Joe Rogan or Dana who said in an interview, the problem with Dricus is he fights like a white guy dances. You know what I mean? It's all over it's all us as a
Shane gives you that, and people said, was it an insult?
I don't think it was.
I don't think it was.
So the reason for that, and maybe let's start there. We'll jump all over here, but let's start there. Your fighting style can't be compared to anybody that came before you.
So for me, the reason it's a compliment is because if your fighting style could have been compared to any of the previous greats, it makes it easy to prepare to fight. So when you're in the gym, for example, and you're about to fight Strickland, surely you're watching old Strickland tapes, you're trying to anticipate what he does, and you fight against somebody who's fighting in his style so that you prepared for his moves. I'm not a fighter. Is that the truth?
That is 100% true. I think in preparation, I mean, if you think of rugby, boxing, fighting, anything where it is two powers going up against each other, everybody's fit, everybody's strong, everyone is at their gun. It's the best of the best in the world. So game plans play such a big role. And at this stage, I do believe that to be true. And every opponent that I've faced has said exactly that.
Yeah.
When you're either, you don't know where the shots are coming from, what am I going to do next? Because it's so unorthodox and hard to prepare for, because where do you find somebody that fights like that, even in the gym, in terms for training partners? Now, finding a guy that fights like Sean Strickland is fairly easy. I'm a guy who has a Philly shower with some jabs. It's pretty straightforward to get the look, but fighting a guy like Lee, who dances like a white guy, it's hard. It's hard to find somebody to mimic that style. I think that's a very big key to my success, and a big shout out to my coach and the South African style of fighting, because that's our style of fighting. Americans have a style, Russians have a style, Brazilians have a style. This is our style that I am going to showcase there. Right now, the world's playing catch up because it's proven to be effective and really hard to figure out.
So, I mean, I can only compare it to my sport. My sport is stand-up comedy. And when we travel to international festivals, internationals have a hard time keeping up with us. And it took me a long time to figure out why. I put it down to the fact that South Africa's got this third world, first world hybrid. So generally in the third world, the stories are thick and beautiful and luscious. The first world stories are all the same because everybody lives the same.
Yes.
Here, we've got that third world narrative where it's thick and delicious like a stew, but we can articulate like the first world can. Do you think it's a similar story in the gym? Because I feel like as a South African fighter, there's a world that comes through. It was best articulated when you said, "Hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie." And I feel like in this country, when I sit with the best, whether they are Springboks, Proteas, whether it's Bafana, the will to succeed seems to come from a different place. That the competitive spirit in somebody that's highly competitive is almost ferocious. That we bring life to that win or die trying. Yes. Is that the truth when you're coming up the ranks in the UFC?
Absolutely. I think, a lot of the fighters in the UFC come from big gym, special countries where the sport's been there forever, and they have all these facilities. They have, under one roof, they've had third and fourth generation coaches for MMA.
Yeah.
And here we are, South Africa, this is first generation coaches. The sport is only about 15 years old.
100%. Popular, 15 years.
Yeah, well, since there was a big pro scene in South Africa, where sport's been known by anyone, grew a lot in the last 5 years, but that's where it started. So, I mean, the sport has been developed in 15 years. If you look at other countries, they've been doing the sport since the 90s. And coaches are, like I said, third and fourth generation coaches. So I think a lot of the guys in these countries, not all of them, I mean, it's a bit of a stereotyping, I guess, but they have it easy in a sense, where everything is given to you. If you think about my diet, I already have somebody that knows how. If you think about conditioning, they have 10 people that can help you immediately, all under one roof. You have 50 training partners at each station. So it's the blueprint has been there. Whereas for us as South Africans, in anything you do to succeed worldwide, you have to make it happen. We don't get freebies. We don't get handouts. It's not possible. My coach is a first generation coach. He's been my coach from the beginning. Then we had to go and find the best conditioning coach. Bring it in.
Okay.
Then as we go, financially, it started to become possible. Getting a mental coach, getting a nutritionist, build a team around to become the best in the world from scratch. And I think that is what a lot of South Africans have. And the struggle in South Africa, the fight that we fight every single day, it's a lot harder than any other place.
No, 100%.
But for us, we enjoy it. We love it. We just, when I get to other countries, I almost feel it's kind of boring. When I'm there and you're not fighting for anything,
I assimilate other countries to that taste. Like, because it's nice, But then after a few days, like, you know, like when you go to a thin person's house and they offer you something to drink, and then they say, you want something to drink? You say, yeah. They say, what do you have? They say cola. Then they pour you a till, and then you sip it, and then there's no sugar, it's zero. And he said, no, the other countries are like zero. Like it looks the same.
And it's nice. It's written out. It's nice for everybody.
And then you need, South Africa's full of sugar, I promise you. You don't know, now you know. The best kind of it's full cream. And not just our meat and our mountains, our people is where the cream is. That's where it is.
In South Africa is, you always say any place I've ever been in the world. It's been amazing. I've seen amazing places all over the world. And every time I can't wait to come home. Every time. Also a week I don't wait to come home.
Now I can't agree with you more. There's a magic, there's a character. There's also, I find it's in terms of our people, there's a strength that you can't explain. I as a comedian tell people, how do you explain this country to anybody where we don't listen to the police? But you go to Faroes right now, there's a homeless man directing traffic, and even the police are listening to you. You know, it's just like, how do police explain this country? You are as South African as they come. A man born in Welkom. Welcome in Welka. You know what? Welkom and welcome. So born in Welkom, moved to Hartbeespoort. From Hartbeespoort to Pretoria, which is where you still are.
Yes.
Your family's been a bit competitive, and I want to move to cars now. So I read somewhere that was it your mom or your dad that used to do a bit of racing?
My mom's whole family used to do a little bit of oval racing, actually quite a lot. My grandfather on that side. My mom's, she had 3 brothers, all of them raced. And my mom herself did a couple of races too, yes. So on that side of the family, racing was in the blood.
And growing up was cars a thing? Because obviously if our whole family were into racing.
Yeah, the whole family here spent a lot of time there when I was a little still in Welkom, watching the races. But I've always been a petrol. Always have been, always loved cars. I always said, I will live in a 1-bedroom apartment, but I will have a nice car.
That's the most colored thing I've ever had you say. It makes me so happy to hear you say that. I drove a M3, still lived with my mother. I was that guy.
And now the fiance said had to change.
No, you have to make a little bit of changes. What is your first car?
My first car was a BMW, but it was a 2003 model.
Yeah.
A BMW 330 Ci.
Oh, that's a lovely car. Convertible?
Yes, convertible. And then as a student, I had to pay the petrol. So I sold it very, very quickly. Very quickly. I didn't even drive it for a year. I couldn't. The petrol was...
No, listen, anybody whose first car is a 2003 330 Ci, you do not know the struggle, my friend.
You do not. If you get 5Ks on 5Ks per liter, you are driving.
No, there's no such thing. That thing hovers at 12 to 30.
Yeah, no, it was terrible. So then I got a Hilux Bakkie. Drove that for 7 years. And then... I bought my first car.
And what was it?
A Hilux.
Hilux.
The Hilux.
Hilux. We from Welkom, we expected nothing.
I still have that Hilux, and then I got the Mercedes. And
what's in the garage right now? So you've still got your
Hilux. I got the G-Wagon.
A G63 Grand Edition.
Which is the number one.
That's number one.
The Mustang with the Stage 3 Roush kit on it.
Okay.
A supercharger and Toyota Land Cruiser 79 series.
I love that you're a car guy. You are also doing a little bit of oval racing yourself.
Yes.
So what's happening there?
Yes, I mean we just entered the Hot Rod Cup for the dirt oval.
Okay.
I had a race like 3 weeks ago.
Where do these races happen? I don't know.
That's what was at Randfontein Raceway.
Okay.
They're all over Bloemfontein. It's far traveled. Everybody has the dirt oval courses, but I'm a team. We have the Knox Racing team.
So do you need to be Afrikaans first language? Because you just said Bloemfontein, Randfontein. That's a very trappen van Okay. English is welcome in the circle.
English is
making sure. Just making sure.
But I loved it. Last year at my first race, it was more of a promotional thing. They gave me a card as a celebrity guest, and I absolutely loved it. And I placed 4th in my first, and then we started building my own car, and now I'm in the league. I'm racing.
How do so how does Dana White feel about the fact that you're doing racing? Because doesn't that a bit of a conflict? Is it essentially getting out? Oh, is he finding out now? What did Dana? I'm available firstly to do the ring announcing thing, and with the cars have roll cages,
and we have 6 point not harnesses anymore. 6 point harnesses.
So you're safe. You have a helmet, and he doesn't wear a helmet in your ring. So therefore,
This is safe.
very much safer than UFC. But either way, what is it you think about racing cars that feeds you?
Let me tell you, I think, when I'm done with my career, I'll pursue it because, you can be a bit older in being a professional race car driver.
Yeah.
For now, I love adrenaline, I'm an adrenaline junkie, anything that goes with it, but trying to do it in a safe manner. So I keep off super bikes, all those kind of things. I do a little bit of enduro, but I try to, obviously I have to look after my body. But the one thing that it is I love the adrenaline of a fight. But in a fight, it's my job as well.
Yes.
So sometimes it's harder to enjoy the exact moment you're doing it.
Yeah.
This is not my job. It's something I love. I love speed. I love cars and that adrenaline rush. And also that feeling of nothing else in the world matters. When that green flag goes, you don't think about anything else. It's you're looking at cars. You're focusing so hard for the duration of that race. And it's all about precision. One mistake, and the same as in my career. And that's why I love fighting so much. It's so precise that one mistake and it's over. And the same with the car. One mistake, you brake too late, you hit the wall. You brake too early, you're giving up a spot. And I love that. And I just, the community around it, it's amazing to see families and you see little kids, the eyes, just like at fights, when they near the cars, petrol roads. And being one myself, it's absolutely incredible sport. And to see that help, use my platform to help grow this sport, because you see people that are so passionate about it, but it's a lot of times overlooked.
Yeah.
And also the stigma around it, just like it was with MMA in the beginning.
For sure.
These cage fighters, it's not for families.
Yeah.
And changing that stigma around oval racing, it's such an amazing outing. Me and my family, we love it. My mom goes, my dad goes, my brothers, their wives, the kids, everybody loves it when we're there. So it's also for me to play a role and try to grow the sport.
You've said so many things that make me happy. Firstly, get behind racing. If you're a brand and you're not sponsoring, what are you doing? Go to any of those events. I promise you, you're going to see a family-friendly environment where Opa is there, the grandkids are there, and everybody in between is having a good time. So go out there and sponsor. But the other important thing you said is, I think that people discount how much focus and concentration is needed, both in the ring or on the racetrack. You take your eye off the prize for a second in the ring, you're catching a punch and you could be going down.
And your reaction time, you have to
think. And there's no time off. You got to be focused at every split second. Just like on the racetrack, you've got to be focused. I watched you go out. What did you think of your time with Mandla on the track?
With Mandla, I was riding. I learned a lot because as soon as, the Swift can go as fast as it can go around this track.
Yeah.
But as soon as I saw him, how he can push that track limits, because you're not allowed to have all four wheels off, but the kind of thinking, keeping off the beams. And
yes,
he just showed me how far you can cut the corners and cut the limitations of this track. And the first time I went, when I drove after he drove, I could immediately feel the improvement. Just seeing the lines from a professional and somebody who knows this track and he's doing this for his
and again
job.
The concentration, because what you're doing before the corner is impacting you after that.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you've got to be focused out the entire way.
You don't want to be in the middle of the corner figuring out what to do now. You have to know the brake happens before the corner, and I could see him perfectly. Push it, brake, flow through the corner and go. And it helped a lot. Immediately after that, I could feel it.
Now, my time is on the board. This is the first time, and it is the time that celebrities are going to have to beat. It was put up as the benchmark time because I'm not a professional race car driver, never had any professional time. I'm just somebody who likes. I'm just somebody who likes driving. I will tell you that I only had one practice lap.
Okay.
One practice lap was my first time ever on this course. At one practice lap, and then my time went up.
Well, I have no idea. I'll tell you now if I think this is rigged or not.
Celebrities that are going to be invited on the show are going to get 5 laps each. Dricus got 16 laps, but that's only because he's Dricus. And it's only because he can take us outside and fight us. He demanded 16, the man got 16. If you're a celebrity and you're coming through here, you're getting 5 laps, you're getting nothing more. Dricus is the only one that is going to get it, okay? Dricus, before we watch your lap, what time do you think you achieved?
I'm going for 1:11.
1:11. Dricus thinks he beat me by 2 seconds. That's my confidence shot already. Turn your eyes to the screen. Let's have a look. Dricus, this is your lap.
You know my time already?
I do not. We're going to find out together. When I watched you out there,
if I have like a 15 or anything like that, I'm going to look like...
I watched you out there and it was blistering. I'm already upset. I want you to know I weigh more than him. I'm not as fit as him. I'm not trying to concentrate as much as him. Please, press play. Let's watch Dricus's lap. All right, here we go. Oh, okay. So handbrake up off the line.
There we go.
Snaps it into second. And I've seen that focus only in the ring. Beautiful on that apex. Hard on the brakes into corner number 2.
So beautiful.
The racing line looks perfect. If you look at the black marks on the racetrack, you can see that's the line now on the line. Gotta get 2 wheels on the, oh, perfect. We're not gonna say you're cheating. Navigators is allowed. The 2 wheels is allowed. Anything you need is allowed, my friend. Our medical aid says specifically, anything Dricus needs, he can have. Okay, gets a little bit tricky into this right-hander. Oh, beautifully done. Beautiful done. Goes wide where he needs to. You should get up to the top of third before you need to be hard on the brakes. Hard on the brakes. Coming into that chicane. Oh, you see, that's where I messed up right there.
That's why I messed up.
Looking for gears. He's got it.
I put it in fourth.
Now down onto the straight.
I hit first gear, and then I had to put it back.
That's incredible. See that sound before we get in here. I'm trying to be a professional here, and I'm trying to give you the time with joy in my heart. But looking at that lap, I just want to remind South Africa that I weigh 135 kilograms. How much are you weighing now, champ?
100.
The champ weighs 100. That's a whole child less than me. That's a whole as 102. Yeah, we're 102. 102. Dricus thinks he came in at 111. My time is on the board, 1:13:22. Remember, our professional race driver did it at 1:10. Dricus, I will let you know. Our professional race driver did it at 1:10. Okay, here we go. You ready for it? Dricus Du Plessis, DDP, did it in 1. It's 1:11.25. Goes to the top on the board. I'm going to leave it as high as I can. That's incredible. That is painful. 2 seconds faster than me. Because
I was trying to count in my head while I was driving, thinking, I was looking at the clock when I saw when it shifted. I was like, okay, I think this is a minute now. And I was trying to get how I went.
I'm stunned. And I'll tell you why I'm stunned. You just started trying to do it professionally. You have fun with cars, but you're just like me. Avon Middleton, I want you to go Google him. Avon Middleton is the publishing editor, we call him, of the magazine. Is that the right title there? What's the publisher of the magazine, drives cars for a living, motoring journalist his entire life, did it in 1:12 dead. That means you are the fastest non-professional racing driver I've ever had on the show. And that's the time to beat.
Jeez.
Those of you that are going to be coming on, 1:11.25. Another round of applause. Dricus Du Plessis. What a thing.
Awesome.
You are obviously a natural. I want you to do a couple of things. I want you to give Oval Racing a punt. Where can people find out more? How can they get a ticket? How can they get involved? Bring a family through to watch. So where do we spectate this magnificent sport?
Yes, absolutely. I think we race mostly through WUMZA, which is the organization. Go check them out on Facebook. They're on Facebook. They're on all social medias. WUMZA.
Yeah.
WOMZA. And it's just incredible because these races happen every weekend all over in the town near you. Go check it out. See a couple of races. I promise you, once you hear those sounds, there are some incredible drivers. You see some amazing. It's always action. It's dirt oval, and it's the sport is it's amazing. So go check it out on Facebook. Follow Oval SA. Any pages that involve that, and see if there's a local race near you, because there should be.
Makes me incredibly happy. When can all of your fans see you in the ring again? When can we expect to see the next fight?
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to do June. We couldn't make that happen. So, I mean, definitely this year, maybe August, maybe October. We don't have an exact date yet, but anything from July, between July and October, that's where we're looking at. We don't have a final date. We're fighting comes out next. That's a fact. And we're just waiting for a date to be finalized. Within the next week or two, we will have everything finalized. We have a couple of dates finalized. Now we are just waiting for a final one.
All right, so we're waiting for final sign-off. Middleweight champion of the world. I speak on behalf of all South Africans, and I think all UFC watchers and petrol heads around the world that we are so glad that you're a petrol head. We love watching you fight almost as much as we loved watching you try. I think that was the best thing that I've ever seen in my life. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. The final question is, which South African celebrities would you like to see take on our little Suzuki Swift in our star in a reasonably priced car?
Okay, you're right. That's great. I would love to see Eben Etzebeth in that car.
I want you to look into the camera there. Look into that camera and say, where are you, Eben? This one here. This one here. This side. Where are you? Into that one. Yeah.
You're going to need to cut a hole.
Yes. Go on, do Eben.
I don't want to see Eben. I've really seen in that Swift. I need to see Eben in that Swift. And our captain, great captain, Siya right after that. That's what we need to see.
The challenge has been set. Eben Etzebeth, Siya Kolisi. Check your emails, man. Check your emails.
And but that ad, Eben, indeed, also a very big petrol. So he would love that.
There we go. Eben, we will cut a sunroof for you. We will make a special sized helmet. We will extend the harness as far as harnesses can be extended. I will say, Eben and Siya ringside was one of the greatest examples of South African support I've ever seen. Absolutely. It made me so happy watching the all of the global fighting podcasts going, who was that beast next to Dricus? Yeah. Did you guys see the size of that man?
Yeah, I think they thought, because nowhere in the world they're built like us.
No,
just not
no.
possible.
So, on behalf of TopGear South Africa magazine, thank you for coming. We're going to sign off with you looking into that camera and telling them, just for us at TopGear South Africa, hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie. Do it for us. Hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie. Stay tuned, like and subscribe. Don't forget to comment who you'd like to see as a star in our reasonably priced car. I'm Jason Goliath. Thank you so much for watching. Dankie Dricus. Bye Felicia. We'll see you on the next one.